guys! Welcome back to the vlog. For today's soup, we're still on our soup. Soup number 4. Is it number 4? Yeah, I think it's number 4. Soup number 4, guys. I am gonna be on the Filipino side this time because I am going to make one of our very famous soupy dish in the Philippines called Sinigang. So for our Sinigang, guys, I am going to use pork belly and Sinigang mix because this is the only Sinigang mix I can use here in the States. This is what we use for our Sinigang because in the Philippines, guys, the traditional Sinigang back in the old days when I was younger, we actually don't have this kind of packet for Sinigang seasoning mix. This is made from tamarind. Tamarind, guys, it's a very sour fruit when it's unripe. It's like a long green, shape like that with seeds inside. And so back then we boil it when we are making sinigang. The soup for the sinigang, we boil the tamarind on that broth, and then we mash it, and then we use that broth and strain it and put it back in the pot, and that's what it makes our sinigang. Sinigang. I should start speaking Tagalog, right? Especially if I'm making sinigang. So, yung broth na nakuha namin sa pagpiga nung sampalok. Sampalok is tamarind. So, for the one who doesn't know what sampalok is, and yung broth na yun ang babalik namin sa kaldero, sa pot, to make the broth tangy or sour. And so yeah, but because I do not have the tamarind fruit, we use powder. Para-paraan lang, guys, when you're in the States and you don't have the resources, so you need to look for something, right? So luckily that there is a sinigang mix. So us Filipinos here in United States can still make our famous sinigang. Yes, we are going to make sinigang today. So hopefully, other people who watches this can appreciate the famous sinigang that we have in the Philippines. And sinigang, guys, is a dish that has broth. For the ones who doesn't know what sinigang, okay? Because I'm very sure my Filipino viewers know what sinigang is. So for the ones who doesn't know, it's like a dish that has a lot of soup. It's almost like a soup, really, soup-based dish, and it's tangy and sour. And for other people like Americans, it's kind of hard for them to appreciate this dish because it's sour. But me, my sinigang, personally, I don't like it really sour. Okay, so I only put just a little bit. I mean, I can still taste the sourness to it, but I do not like it really, really sour. Like other people like it really, really sour, like my sister. When she made sinigang before, I cannot eat it because it's so sour. Because guys, I do not like really sour food. So I'm like my dad. We both like sweet food. So, but anyway, yeah, so but sinigang is really, really famous in the Philippines, guys. And we use kangkong. Kangkong is like they call it here, I think, water spinach, and it's like a long stem, and we just, you know, chop it in or cut it in bite-sized pieces like this. So I have it here, and I clean it really good because sometimes, guys, kangkong can be really, really sandy when they don't clean it when they sell it. But most of the time, I find my kangkong from my store kind of clean already, but I still, you know, wash it really good. Like I put a lot of water on a big pan or on my sink, and I just soak it there for a few hours. So all the sand, if there's sand or bugs or whatever that you don't want in your kangkong, will go down to the bottom part of the water, and then I wash it like probably like more than once. So anyway, so for today's sinigang, guys, I am going to use pork belly because I love pork belly, and this one has bone up over here on top of the meat. On top of the meat. So it is the skin, the fat, the meat, and the bone. So how many layers? 4 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is what I'm going to use. If you don't eat pork belly, I'm sorry. You're missing out. And I am using my big knife. This is really heavy, guys. So this one can chop the bone. So I'm so scared to use it because I might crack my chopping board. So, but anyway, guys, let us start cutting our pork belly, and I'm going to show you the ingredients that I'm going to use for our sinigang. See? One chop. I love this knife, guys, because it's so heavy. You just kind of like chop it one time. Look how beautiful. I washed this already. Really good. So these are the ingredients, guys. I have onions, tomato, the chili or pepper, not chili, pepper, and then okra, eggplant, and of course our pork belly, and water. I'm going to boil the pork belly until it's really tender, and then our kangkong or water spinach, our sinigang mix, and I'm only using salt and pepper, and of course I'm going to use this fish sauce, the Filipino fish sauce. And so let's start cooking, guys. So guys, the first thing I'm going to do is put our pork, and I'm not going to saute it, guys. I am just going to make the pork just a little brown. And for sinigang, guys, there's a lot of different version of how they make their sinigang. So this is my version, okay? So I kind of like brown the pork just a little bit, but I'm not sauteing it. So again guys, there's a lot of different version, and this is my version, Wina's version of sinigang. Somebody probably can say, that's not how you make sinigang. But just like what I said, this is my version. I just wanted to share with you guys how I make my sinigang. So guys, see how I just make it brown like that, but we are not going to saute it. And just like that guys, and I'm going to put some salt, so our pork will have flavor before I put the water. And a little bit of pepper, because the sili or the pepper, this pepper is spicy, but the black pepper just give a different kind of spiciness flavor. And then now I'm going to put the water. So I put 6 cups for now guys, because I want to make sure that the pork belly is really tender. Now I'm gonna put the fish sauce. So I'm gonna wait until this boil. Then I'm going to put the onions and the tomatoes. So guys, it is now boiling. I'm going to add the onion and tomatoes. And I'm also gonna add the sinigang mix or the tamarind powder. I'll put that much first, and then I will taste it. I don't want to put too much because I don't want it really sour. And I think our pork is tender. Not sure. I didn't check it. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the okra and the pepper. 3 peppers. Okra. And the okra guys, I don't remove this end part, so it's not gonna be slimy. All of a sudden I can smell the pepper. So I'm going to wait for the okra to get a little tender before I put the eggplant and the kangkong or water spinach, because the okra is harder than the eggplant and the kangkong. So I will wait, but I won't wait to for it to be really soft, because I still have to boil the kangkong and the eggplant. I am going to put the kangkong now guys, or the water spinach. And then the eggplant. So when the eggplant is already soft or tender, it is done. Ang sinigang is done. Luto na ang sinigang guys. Kainan na. Let's eat. Looks so yummy. So guys, besides from adobo, lumpia, pansit, among other delicious recipes we have in the Philippines, one of them, the famous sinigang. This is something that one of the dish that I always crave for when I want like a soupy dish, like a comfort dish, and sinigang. And guys, ang tao'y marupok kay bilis lumimot. Is that the word? Because I'm having rice. So, because sinigang guys is really good with rice, so I gave up for today's no rice meal, because of course it's sinigang, you have to have rice. Let us try the broth. Hopefully it's not very sour. Just a little sour. Thank goodness I'm eating it with rice. Because if you eat it with rice, guys, the sourness is not so bad. And I have soy sauce. So let us try if the pork is tender enough. If we can cut it with our spoon, I'm sure it's tender. Let's see. Yes. It's tender enough. You don't need knife. A little bit of rice, a little bit of pork, a little bit of eggplant, and I'm being so brave, so we are going to put a little bit of pepper, just like that. A little bit of pepper, and then a little bit of soy sauce, and this goes in my mouth. Let's see if we can put this on top. Right there. Let's see how beautiful the pork looks. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at that. Perfect amount of fat, and the skin, the fat, and the meat. This is the kind of pork belly I like. It's like proportion size of the fat, the meat, and thin skin. Unang subo for you guys. Then the broth. Okay. Wow, the eggplant is so good. So I'm having the okra. I like this okra. It's not very slimy. There's some okra, guys, that is really slimy. This one is actually perfect. So we are going to have some of the kangkong or water spinach. I'm going to enjoy this because it's so delicious, and I will see you guys on our next video. for our soup number 5. This is soup number 4. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new to this channel, guys, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye for now.